ki jai. Nitil Vishram Vishnupad Ashtara Shatashmat Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Vishram Vishnupad Ashtara Shatashmat Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nitil Vishram Vishnupad Ashtara Shatashmat Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Vishram Mahabhagavat Srila Gokshara Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanu. Sorry, I got distracted by the music at the back. Nitil Vishra Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivedānta Thakur ki jai. Nitil Vishra Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannātha Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Jiv Gopal Patitash Raghunath Shara Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Raya Ramanandari Shri Gopal Shada Vrinda ki jai. Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Asari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan and Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishya Bharata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Arakun Shamakun ki jai. Yuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Kopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Abhina Vrindavan Shri Navadvīpa Dham ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo. My God, this is really distracting in the background. Anyways. I didn't mean to say music, I meant to say kirtan. Anyhow, okay, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna read from the book Origin of Ratha-yātrā. I haven't actually read this since it came out, and I don't know when it came out, 2004, something like that, or earlier, 2003. Anyhow, it's been a long time, but we're reading the last chapter, and it is one of the last chapters, and it's about the relationship between Shri Navadvīpa Dham and Shri Jagannātha Purī Dham. But it talks about the supremacy of Navadvīpa, so I thought that might be a nice thing to read. And then maybe tomorrow we can read from the Navadvīpa Dham Parikrama book. Alright. Is the kirtan in the background really, is it really loud? Because it's really loud in my room, but I'm not sure if the... Actually, wait, I think I can. Let's see. Okay, noise suppression is on. Okay. Anyhow, if it's way too loud, you guys can just let me know, and I'll shut my doors and window. Singing it in a super weird melody. Where is it? Okay. So, where is it? I'm just opening it up. Okay. Actually, I gotta shut this off. This is too much for me. I have to shut that. Okay, so the relationship between Jagannātha Purī and Navadvīpa. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Sarva Shaktiman, Almighty, and he is extremely merciful. He is also very rasik. He is the ocean of ras, and therefore he is our worshipable deity. If you go deeply into bhajan, you will understand many truths in this regard. Because Krishna is Rasik Shekhar, the topmost enjoyer of mellows, and causelessly merciful, he considers, how can I show kindness to all the souls who, having deviated from me, are suffering so grievously? How can I attract them? Thinking in this way, he wanted to personally descend to this world to bestow his mercy. One second. Vishnu Prabhu, I'm doing a live reading right now, so can I call you right after? Okay, very good. Krishna is the ocean of ras, but this ocean is divided into two. The first is Krishna as the taster and relisher of ras, and the second is the container of the ocean of ras. Krishna is the object of love and the ocean of ras, but he is not the container. This ras is situated in the heart of Radhika. If Radhika were not present, there would be no ras, and Krishna would be nirvishesha Brahma. Krishna wants to give the world this ocean of ras found in Radhika's heart, which is called Mahabhav. He wants to donate it to this world, but he cannot. He is the object of love, and therefore he can only sprinkle upon the world an idea of what it is like to be the object. He cannot give the love of those who serve him. He cannot give love for himself because he does not have it. In order to have that love, therefore, he stole the beauty and intrinsic mood of Radhika. Actually, Krishna could not steal the mood of Radhika because she is always very alert. She is more clever and intelligent than Krishna because she is his power. Krishna's intelligence is also Radhika. His everything is Radhika. He can only wish, and therefore he discovered another way to get her mood. He begged it. Because she and all her Sakis are always so alert, if his plan was to cheat her and steal away her love, he would have not been able to do so. He was not able to independently enter that realm of love, and therefore he prayed to her, "Oh, I beg your mercy. Please give me your beauty and your Mahabhav, that love which no one else possesses." Even Lalita and Vishaka don't have that kind of love. And Krishna also does not have it. His love reaches up to Mahabhav, but the highest feature of Mahabhav, called Madan, is not found in him. Krishna wanted to take Srimati Radhika's Madanakya Mahabhav in order to fully relish his own beauty and sweetness, his own beauty and his own sweetness, and in order to relish the happiness of such taste. Radhika replied to his prayer, "Yes, I'll donate this to you for some time, as you wish, but you'll have to be admitted into the school of my Sakis, and you will have to attend their classes. They can then bestow that mood upon you, and I will also be there to help you." In this way, Krishna begged, and he thus became Sachinandan Gaur Hari. Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunaya Vatirna Kalo Samarpaitum Unatojvala Rasam Subhakti Shriyam Hari Purita Sundara Dyuti Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratova Sachinandana. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 1:4. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Śrīmati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of amorous love. Who is Sachinandan, the son of Mother Sachi? He is Gopi Bhartu, Krishna himself, Avatirna Kalo. Why did he descend to this world? Karunaya. He descended by his causeless mercy. Nrsingadev and Vamandev came here, and Kurma, Varaha, and Ramachandra also came, and they all gave something to the world. Ramachandra taught so many things, especially Maryada, etiquette and worship and majesty and awe and reverence. Also, many acharyas came to this world, like Sri Madhvacharya, Sri Ramanujacharya, Sri Vishnu Swami, and Sri Nirvaditya. But they gave only regulative bhakti. They taught Krishna is worshipable, not anything else. Similarly, Sri Prahlad Maharaj explained in Śrīmad Bhagavatam 7.5.23-24, Shravana Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Iti pungsarpita Vishnu bhaktischennavalakshana kriyate bhagavatyadha tanmanyeti tamuttama. The following 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service: hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet to the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord to be one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with the body, mind, and words. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. You must surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord, but you'll have to surrender first to Das Bhagavan, the Guru, and then ultimately you can perform Atmanivedana, full surrender to Krishna. Moreover, this is Vaidhi Bhakti, and it can only lead us to Vaikuntha, never to Vrindavan. It is not so powerful. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to this world mainly to give Raganuga Bhakti, and therefore he is Karunaya, the most merciful incarnation. Samarpayitum means to give. To give what? To give Unata Ujjvala Ras. Unata Ujjvala is not Vaidhi Bhakti. Unata Ujjvala Ras is only the love of the gopis of Vrindavan. This love is not found even in Mother Yashoda, Rohini, and others like them. They know something about this ras, but it is not found in them. Mahaprabhu especially descended to give Swa Bhakti Shriyam. Swa means own. Who is the own of Krishna? Only Srimati Radhika is Krishna's own. Her love, her bhakti, is prem, sneha, man, rag, pranay, rag, anurag, bhav, mahabhav, and even more than this, modan and madan. Everything is included in madan. Separation and meeting are both included to the highest point. Mahaprabhu came to sprinkle this mercy of Swabhakti Shriyam upon the jivas. Shriyam means beauty. It is the beauty of Unata Ujjvala Ras. But it's not Unata Ujjvala Ras itself. Srimati Radhika herself is the embodiment of Unata Ujjvala Ras. And Lalita, Vishaka, and all other Sakis are also participants in that ras. Shriyam is the mood of Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, and others including Kamala Manjari and her followers. This is the mood of service to Srimati Radhika. Kamala Manjari is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So this is the mood of service to Srimati Radhika. Mahaprabhu came to sprinkle the mercy of Rag Marg, the path by which we can attain the service of Radha Krishna Yuga. This path is called Raganuga Bhakti, and it will take you to the stage of Rag. In this connection, Rag is the gopis' moods to please Krishna. Mahaprabhu mercifully came to give this mood, but he himself was not trained. He was like a person who wants to become a lawyer, but who first must go to law school and pass the exams. Still, even after that, he cannot enter the court right away. He must become an apprentice and practice under the guidance of a qualified and senior lawyer. After 2 or 3 years, when he has completed his training, he can then enter the court and plead, not otherwise. Mahaprabhu descended to this world in Navadvīpa, and there he appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi. Navadvīpa is Vrindavan. Navadvīpa and Vrindavan are the same, but in Navadvīpa, everything is hidden, as Krishna is hidden in the shape of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As Sachinandan does not look like Krishna, similarly, Vrindavan, the abode of Krishna, is covered in Navadvīpa. Yet, it is Vrindavan. All the 12 forests of Vrindavan exist here. All the 12 forests of Vrindavan exist here and there in Navadvīpa, but in a covered way. You should know that there are no Vrindavan forests in Jagannath Purī. Therefore, Jagannath Purī can never be equal to Navadvīpa. A very high class of separation is tasted by Mahaprabhu in the Gambhir. But at the same time, Navadvīpa is Vrindavan, and Purī is not. Purī is like Dwarka. In Dwarka, Krishna laments for the gopis. He cannot wear his peacock feather or carry his sweet bangsi, and he cannot declare, my father and mother are Nanda and Yashoda, These are not my real queens. The gopis are my dearmost beloveds. Do you know the meaning of the word Navadvīpa? Nava refers to Nitya Nava Navayaman, which means always ever fresh. Nava also means 9. Navadvīpa consists of 9 islands, and they denote the 9 processes of bhakti headed by Shravanam and Kirtanam. The Vedas, Upanishads, and many other Vaishnava literatures have referred to Navadvīpa in the following way. Okay, is it let me try refreshing this page. Okay, I'm back. I think somebody outside, they shut off my router, and so that's why I disappeared. Okay, I need to share my screen. Okay. So I don't know when the person shut off my screen, but I'll just reread this sentence. You should know that there are no Vrindavan forests in Jagannath Purī. Therefore, Jagannath Purī can never be equal to Navadvīpa. A very high class of separation is tasted by Mahaprabhu in the Gambhīra, but at the same time, Navadvīpa is Vrindavan and Purī is not. Purī is like Dwarka. In Dwarka, Krishna laments for the gopis. He cannot wear his peacock feather or carry his sweet vamshi, and he cannot declare, "My father and mother are Nanda and Yashoda. These are not my real queens. The gopis are my dearmost beloveds." Do you know the meaning of the word Navadvīpa? Nava refers to Nitya Nava Navayaman, which means always ever fresh. Nava also means 9. Navadvīpa consists of 9 islands, and they denote the 9 processes of bhakti headed by Shravanam and Kirtanam. The Vedas, Upanishads, and many other Vaishnava literatures have referred to Navadvīpa in the following way. Brahma Samhita 556. Shriya Kanta Kanta Paramapurusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumischinta Maniganimaito Yam Amritam Tathaganam Natyam Gamanam Api Vangshi Priyasati Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapitadad Tad Ashwadyam Apicha Sayatra Kshirabdi Suravati Surabhyascha Suman Niveshadhaktyo Vagrajati Nahityatrā Visamaya Vaje Shveta Dvipam Tamahamiha Golokamitiyam Vidantaste Santa Chiti Viralachara Katipaye. I messed up this. Anyways. I worship that supreme abode of Shvetadvīpa, where the beloved heroines are the host of transcendental goddesses of fortune, and the supreme personality, Sri Krishna, is the only lover. Where all the trees are spiritual desire trees, and the earth is made of transcendental wish-fulfilling Chintamani jewels. Where the water is nectar, natural speaking is a melodious song, and walking to and fro is an artful dance. Where the flute is the dearmost friend, where light is full of knowledge and bliss, and the supreme spiritual substance that comprises all things is relishable. Where a vast transcendental ocean of milk is always flowing from millions upon millions of Surabhi cows, and where time is not subject to passing away, even for half the blink of an eye, because it is not divided into past and future, but remains in the undivided eternal present. That divine abode, which is practically unknown to this world, is known by the name of Goloka to only a few rare sadhus. In his writings, Srila Rupa Gosvāmī has quoted this verse, and Srila Bhaktivedānta Thakur also quoted it, along with many similar verses. Navadvīpa is Shvetadvīpa, and transcendental Goloka Vrindavan, there are two parts, Vrindavan and Shvetadvīpa. Vrindavan and Navadvīpa are complementary. Without Navadvīpa, Vrindavan is incomplete, and without Vrindavan, Navadvīpa is incomplete. Together, they are complete. As when separation and meeting mix together, the resulting situation is complete. Where there is no separation mood, samyog, meeting, is incomplete. Okay, looks like it's back. Not think, the 12 ones, forests, and Upavans, sub-4 Vrindavan are in Navadvīpa, within the 9 islands. Madhuvan, Kumudavan, Bahulavan, Kamyavan, Kadirvan, Bhadravan, Mandiravan, Bilvavan, Mahavan, Vrindavan, and Lohavan. All of these forests in some way are in Navadvīpa. Do not think that Jagannātha Purī is superior to Navadvīpa. Do not think that the bank of the river Godavari, where Mahaprabhu revealed his Mahābhav Rasa-rajmut to Ramananda, to Navadvīpa. Navadvīpa is superior to both these places. On one hand, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed his transcendental form of Rasa-raj Mahābhav at Godavari, and that very high class of Harikatha, Ramananda Samvad, took place there. Also, Chaitanya has extreme moods of separation in the Gambhīra. He jumped into the ocean near there, and he relished Srimati Radhika's moods of separation with Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda there. These may be said, therefore, to be the deepest and highest Harikathas, but there are so many reasons why they are not. Jagannath Puri is a very elevated pastime place, especially regarding the Gambhīra Leela of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but still it is like Dwarka. There is no forest or sub-forest of Vrindavan there. Neither Gokul, Bandiravan, Nandagaon, nor Varshana are there. They are not on the bank of the Godavari, nor are they found in the Kurukshetra or Jagannath Puri. Therefore, Navadvīpa must be superior to these places. Because so many places exist in Navadvīpa in a hidden way, Navadvīpa is known as Gupta Vrindavan. One of the 9 islands of Navadvīpa is Godrumadvīpa, which is described by Srila Bhaktivedānta Thakur in his Jayavadharma. Godrumadvīpa is Nandagaon, nearby Varshana. The birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Mayapur is Mathura, and it's Mathura and Gokul combined. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, with the internal mood and complexion of Srimati Radhika. Krishna took birth in Vrindavan, partly in Mathura, but fully in Gokul, and both places are combined there in Mayapur Yogapit. Then, crossing the Ganga from there to Koladvi, where our Devananda Gaudiya Math is situated, we find Giriraj Govardhan. There, all the kunjas and caves where Krishna played with the Sakhas and Sakhis are situated. Nearby there is Rasoli, or Rasastali, where Chandra Sarovar is located at the foot of Giriraj Govardhan. And nearby there is Ritudu, where Radhakund and Shyamakund are situated. The Ganga and Yamuna rivers meet together at Prayag and continue to flow side by side to Navadvīpa and all around its 9 islands. Our Devananda Gaudiya Math was constructed by our Gurudev on the west bank of the Ganga, the bank where the Yamuna flows. And Mayapur is on the east bank of the Ganga, the bank where the Ganga flows. Lord Brahma performed thousands of austerities on that east bank. In Navadvīpa there is Panchaleni, the meeting place of the Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Alakananda, and Mandakini. Manasi Ganga is there, Radhakund and Shyamakund are there, and this is all very wonderful. In Mamgachi, Madhupurumadvīpa, Bahulavan is present, and in the north of Mayapur is Bhadravan. Janadvīpa is Bandiravan, and Samantadvīpa is Mathura. All these truths have been explained by Srila Bhaktivedānta Thakur in his Sri Navadvīpa Tham Mahatma. Vrindavan is in Navadvīpa, not in Jagannath Purī or Godavari. There is one very important thing to know, and you should know it very deeply. With regards to Navadvīpa being Vrindavan, there are 2 Ashtakaliya Leelas, eternal pastimes performed during the 8 periods of the day. One is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Ashtakaliya Leela, and one is Radha and Krishna's Ashtakaliya Leela. Mahaprabhu's Ashtakaliya Leela took place in Navadvīpa, and it is that Ashtakaliya Leela upon which the devotees meditate. There is no such Ashtakaliya Leela on which to meditate in Jagannath Puri. In their Gaur Gayatri mantra, the Brahmins chant Vishvambaraya Dhimahi and Gauraya. Why do they utter Gauraya? Who is Gaur? Gaur or Gauranga is Krishna, with the intrinsic mood, beauty, and golden complexion of Radhika. He is actually Krishna, but now he is fully absorbed in the mood of Radhika. He feels as though he has become Radhika, but there are 3 Radhikas: Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhika, Viyogini Radhika, and Samyogini Radhika. Like Krishna, Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhika never goes out of Vrindavan. Krishna and Rohini Nandan Balaram also cannot go out of Vrindavan, because Balaram always remains with Krishna. Only their manifestations, Vasudev Nandan Krishna and Vasudev Nandan Baladev, will go to Mathura and Dwarka. The pastimes of Krishna and Mathura and Dwarka are transcendental and everlasting, as are the pastimes of Brajendra Nandan Krishna in Vrindavan. Vasudev Krishna eternally sports in Mathura, and in Vrindavan, Brajendra Nandan Krishna is eternally playing. Similarly, there are 3 Radhikas. Actually, there is only one Radhika, but she has 3 moods or features. Krishna will not change when he goes to Mathura, but he will not use his flute and peacock feather. He will change his father and mother, but not his form. Only his mood will be changed, and the mood is a predominant factor of determination. If he takes his flute and peacock feather and tells everyone, "I am the son of Nanda and Yashoda," then he is Brajendra Nandan Krishna. On the other hand, if he has no peacock feather and flute, and he tells everyone, "I am the son of Vasudeva and Devaki," then he is present by his prakash, his manifestation. His manifestation is not fully Krishna himself, the Supreme. In the same way, Vrishabhanu Nandini is always with Krishna in Vrindavan. In Nandagaon, where Radhika felt great separation and spoke Brahmar Gita, she is Viyogini Radhika. Actually, she is never in Viyog, separation, in the sense that she is never separated from Krishna. Srila Gosvāmī has explained this truth in his Lalit Madhav and also in Ujjwala Leelamani. This is why Kavi Karnapur has not discussed the Leela of Mathura and Dwarka. He completes his Ananda Vrindavan Champu just after the Ras Leela. I think he ends it with the Jhulan Leela, the swing pastimes. Our acharyas could never tolerate the idea that Radhika should be separated from Krishna. In her original and complete feature, she is called Vrishabhanu Nandini. She is always with Nanda Nandan Krishna. And the Radhika who feels separation in Nandagaon is her manifestation, Viyogini Radhika. She is the same Radhika, but she is feeling separation. Then in Kurukshetra, she is Samyogini Radhika. She goes there for a moment, for 1 or 2 days, and keeping Krishna on the chariot of her mind, she brings him back to Vrindavan. Samyog means always meeting. In the mantra Goraya Swaha or Tanno Gora Prachodayat, the name Vishwambar is uttered. Vishwambar never lived in the cave, the Gambhīra in Jagannath Purī, for he is Sachinandan Gaur Hari in Navadvīpa. From there he gives so much knowledge, so much love and affection, and a very high-class prem to the jivas. He even gave prem to Jagai and Madhai. Vishwambaraya Dhimahi, we meditate on him in Navadvīpa. In the cave of the Gambhīra, Mahaprabhu played a role of great opulence. At that time, in the night, no one but Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodar, that is, Vishaka and Lalita, were able to witness his pastimes. At that time, although he was intimately familiar with all of Mahaprabhu's pastimes, even Srila Rupa Gosvāmī could not go there. In Godavari, Mahaprabhu manifested his form as Rasaraj Mahabhav. This is opulence. At that time, even Ramananda Rai began to pray like Devaki or Arjuna. Oh, you are that same Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Navadvīpa, there is no opulence. In Navadvīpa, Sachinandan played as Krishna played with the girls in Vrindavan. While bathing in the Ganga, he would say to the little girls, "Will you marry me? I want to marry you. If you will not marry me, then you will not be happy. Give your offerings of sandesh and bananas to me rather than to Shiva." This comes in the category of the Ashtakaliya Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it is therefore far superior to any Leela in Jagannath Purī. In Navadvīpa, there is Swarasiki Upasana. Swarasiki Upasana. Meditational worship on the continual flow of unlimited Leelas taking place throughout the various periods of each day. Whereas in Purī, there is Mantramaya Upasana, meditational worship of a specific Leela, in this case, Srimati Radhika's feelings of separation for Krishna. In Navadvīpa, Mahaprabhu performs his Madhurya Leela, whereas in Jagannath Purī, the Leela is full of Aishwarya. In Navadvīpa, Sachinandan's school friends could quarrel with him. Gadadhar Pandit and Jagadananda Pandit always used to quarrel with him as young schoolboys, and Sachimata used to chastise her son. In Jagannath Purī, however, even the king, although wanting to keep his head at Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, could not approach him. Rai Ramananda and all others always prayed to Mahaprabhu. He was not considered their friend, but rather he was considered much greater than them. In this way, Navadvīpa Leela is sweeter than the Leela of Jagannath Purī, and there are many deep truths hidden there. If you take bath in Navadvīpa at Barakona Ghat, you'll emerge at Keshi Ghat, Vrindavan, where the Ras Leela is taking place. However, if you bathe in the ocean at Jagannath Purī at Swargadwar, you will not emerge in Vrindavan. Only if you are in the Gambhīra can you know something of the glory of Vrindavan, and only then if you have intense greed to go there. Navadvīpa is therefore more glorious than Jagannath Purī, and it is even more glorious than the bank of the Godavari. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enacted plentiful pastimes in Navadvīpa, he still felt the necessity to accept sannyas. He did not only want to taste ras, he also wanted to sprinkle mercy. In Navadvīpa, he was both tasting and giving something, but in order to give even more, he accepted the renounced life of a sannyasi. He quickly left Sachimata and Vishnupriya, and these were very sorrowful scenes. Krishna abandoned the gopis in Vrindavan, went to Mathura, and after that to Dwarka. Similarly, Mahaprabhu left Vishnupriya Devi just as Ramachandra left Sita forever, and this was particularly heartrending. After taking sannyas, Mahaprabhu went to Purī. After that, he was admitted to the school of Rai Ramananda, and then into the school of Swarup Damodar. And after that, he preached his mission of Rag Marg, that is Raganuga Bhakti. All right, it is 8 o'clock now, and I actually have to get to work on this book. I just got a call. So anyhow, I'm just going to end here. But I think that's mainly what I wanted to read. But yeah, if you want to continue reading this chapter, read from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Purī. You can download this book Origin of Ratha-yātrā from purebhakti.com. Actually, if you just go into Google search, and you type in Origin of Ratha-yātrā and then Pure Bhakti, one word, then it will come up and you can download this book. So, all right. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai, Jai Shri Navadvīpa ki Jai, Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai, Jai Shri Param Gurudev ki Jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Jai Shri Rupa Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Abhina Vrindavan Shri Navadvīpa ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Vrindai Kesarivai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Padadevi Satyavataya Namaha Vancha Kalpatarivya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Haribol. Yeah, these days I'm also not going to be able to do long readings. I'll just do short things because there's so much going on. Tons of these things, tons of corrections. There's so much work I need to do on this book. We're printing this book in Bengali, and so much to do, so little time. We're hoping to get it printed before Gaur Purnima, which is in like 8 days from now, or 9 days. So, all right, Haribol.